Hello. So I was doing some mirror work earlier this evening, which is basically just looking at yourself in the mirror and kind of sitting with something. And in this case, I was kind of just looking at my body and trying to decide what it is that I was feeling. Honestly, I didn't really have an agenda, a specific thing. I just wanted to see what came up. And I was kind of like looking back to my inner child. I did like a little meditation where I was walking down a hallway and looking for my inner child. Um, and what I found was um, I'm pretty one of the things I value about myself right now is that I'm very strong, physically strong, emotionally strong as well. But physically, that's something that I kind of value about myself. And I went back to my 8-year-old self, and I was a little dancer when I was that age. And I was put a couple of years ahead into the bigger girls group because I was pretty competitive. Um, and I was just this tiny, meek little, like, scared. Dancing. I was never scared to dance ever, but I was kind of a shy, nervous little girl. And so I was looking at that little girl and just telling her, that she had no reason to be anything but confident and strong and happy, but it was okay if she wasn't. Even then, I remember being very muscular. And a couple of the girls would be like, not call me fat necessarily, but, be like, she's heavy. Because one of the dances, they had to lift me because I was the only one strong enough to hold like a really firm, posture. And so they'd be like, oh, she's so heavy. And, I took that as fat when I was little, and I was by no means fat. But so I was telling my inner child self that um, it's okay to be sad about that. It was okay not to just put on this strong face and hide behind muscle or food or having to be perfect at this or work really hard or whatever, that I could just be, I could feel, I could emote. Because I really don't remember being super emotional ever. I mean, I might have been when I was little, but I don't really remember those things. And I'm definitely not now. And I just realized that my Ellie, she's 6, for those of you who don't know Ellie, and she's just the little girl that I would have been without those hurts. She's beautiful and she has this long curly hair and she's good at everything and she's smart as heck. And I realized like that was me, but I was so shy and pained and hurt that I hid that stuff a lot of the times. And it just made me so happy that I get to have Ellie so that I can show her that love and give her that safe space to be those things and not to have to hide her true self like I must have at some point felt. And it was such a nice, wonderful awareness and realization because it's like I'm getting my second chance with my inner child through my real child. It's kind of an interesting metaphor there. So no, I was really, really happy. And it makes me want to be that much more conscious of a parent for her. Because, sometimes it's hard to be a beautiful, smart, capable girl in this world. And I don't want anything to have to hold her back. That child is destined for awesome things and she's gonna know it. And I wish I had been more confident of that in myself when I was younger, and even now as an adult, sometimes I have to remind myself of those things. So it was just a really cool realization, and I'm happy. I'm happy that I had it, and I feel like she feels safe now, and I'm kind of like wondering why. I've been kind of trying to figure out why I'm eating crappy lately. It's almost like a self-abusive thing. It's like I get close to my goals physically and then I'm like, nah. And so that was part of what I was sitting with. And I think that's part of it is just hiding. There's a lot of hiding going on in my inner child. And so hopefully I can help heal her and make her feel safe so that she can be like my little Ellie and just kick its ass. I mean, that child of mine is, nothing gets in her way. And I love it. I'm so proud of her. And that's exactly how I want to feel about my inner child and allow her to be as free and amazing as my little Ellie. So thanks for listening, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Good night.